Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. We apologize here, some technical difficulties. Couldn't bring you a true intermission report, but that's all right. We're back now. They're blowing the horn here. Gamecocks have yet to retake the ice for period number 2. Georgia Tech already on in their flipped sides. Georgia Tech down to our left. Gamecocks will be down to our right when they come back out. And the points we wanted to hit in the intermission, Gamecocks go 1 for 3 on the power play. Georgia goes 1 for 1. I believe power play goals being a huge part of this game early on. We expect that to continue.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 goals so far on power plays. And we talked about discipline, and discipline's a big deal right now with those power play goals. So
it hasn't been awful thus far, but when it has been a problem, the other team's made them pay.
Yeah. Less penalties than usual for the South Carolina team through the first period. We've seen points at the season where one period they'll have upwards of 4 or 5 penalties to kill off in one period. So not as bad as it could be right now. South Carolina wants to come out hot here and expand their lead.
Confidence not an issue. We saw, or I guess we heard from Coach Surwa about, playing with your back against the wall. The desperation really kicks in, and it makes you play differently. The Gamecocks aren't playing afraid. They're playing, and they've taken control of this game. They've been in the driver's seat for most of this game so far, and that is going to be a little more difficult to replicate in the coming 40 minutes, but it's absolutely possible.
Yeah, a lot of physicality we've seen so far from some unfamiliar faces with Cam Mecca, who's really known for his speed, who laid his shoulder into a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket earlier on. But that physicality and that energy really needs to keep up in these next 40 minutes.
13 skaters for Georgia Tech compared to a full bench for South Carolina. The shorthandedness, as it were, for Georgia Tech really coming through here. Second period underway. Brian Sore's going to bring this one on. Gamecocks move right to left to start the second frame. Chopped up and back ahead. Jake Tenji going to take this one at center ice and cut back. Tenji can't control the puck, still battling for it. It comes loose in a collision there again. Mecca throws his weight around some more, picking it up there. Connolly brings it at a shot just wide of the stick side of Zach Lynch. Loose puck. Mecca will tap this one ahead for Tenji, and Tenji's going to go 1-on-2. Tries to curl this one to the inside, and Tenji has it swiped off his stick there. Cernich and Jones, the defenseman, on for Georgia Tech. Centering pass into the skates, and Mecca puck popped all the way back up into the air. Mecca still hard after it. Cernich and Jones again watching him closely. Hoey on the back end, keeps things in at the point, takes a hit. Van Duzen almost lands a hit there. Puck chipped back in, and after this one is Zach Weeks. On it now, Lubin gonna have this one all the way back up, and bouncing puck swatted down. Lubin's got it again. Lubin all the way back out, down for an icing here. 18:53 to go. Just about a minute played here in the second period.
Similar start to the first period, Dillon, where the Gamecocks have had much of the possession and they're creating chances offensively. So if they keep that up, they'll get more shots on net and hopefully some more chances.
Offensive zone opportunity here. They'll drop it. And bit back. I don't think they hit the Georgia Tech player right in the skate. Brought back and shoveled off the boards. Around it comes, picked up by Sheridan. Sheridan chips this one ahead, and no icing, as the officials ruled that Nick Peters could have touched that one up. Call made by the far side linesman, Adams. They'll bring it back ahead now. Ben Smith has some room, but he's got 4 Jackets to contend with. That puck drifts all the way back out. Peters picks it up at center. Floated back in. Cernich on it. 11 assists on the season, his only 11 points through quite a number of games. This one picked up by Duncan Hickman. They'll wait for Smith and Siegfried to get to the bench, touch up. And a fresh wave of Gamecocks comes on, including one of the goal scorers, Corey Hawkinson. 18 minutes to go. Body check escape there. And now Holt's going to bring it back for the Jackets. Holt to the goal. Big hit there by Hickman. A collision. Holt is down. A shot there. Save made by Lynch. Now a penalty. Holt in some discomfort. He caught the knee there. Hickman. Hickman's going to have a couple of unfriendly words here. And Holt is still down. That was a nasty collision there. Holt and Hickman went knee on knee. And they will have to give Brandon Holt some extra attention here.
Yeah, you never like to see that, Dillon. Unfortunate play, good hustle, a good break for Georgia Tech. And Duncan Hickman trying to recover and fall back, and boy, that was a heavy knee-on-knee hit.
It was a great play by Hickman to get back into the play, but got to control his body a little bit better there. We'll have to look. It did not look as though he stuck his knee out in any sort of malicious way, but That's not always the burden of proof here in these cases. Because it happens so fast and because the injury looks pretty severe at this point, Holt's still down on the ice. And again, Georgia Tech cannot afford to have any more injuries here. As I believe I counted 14 skaters on their bench. Can't afford to go down to 13 here as the Gamecocks have a full bench just to their left.
Yeah, and as soon as he went down, Dillon, he started grabbing that knee, so definitely not a good sign. As he's getting lifted up to the ice by the trainers, and he'll have some assistance to get off the ice.
They'll probably take him back to the bench here because once he leaves, if he leaves, he will not come back. So they'll take him back to the bench so he can at least take a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes or as long as he needs. Test that knee out and see if he is good to go for the remainder of this hockey game. 7 goals and 12 assists for 19 points for Mr. Holt. And those 19 points are going to have to sit on the bench for a little while until they can get some feeling back in that knee. Hickman's going to be in the penalty box. We will see what the duration will be and for what in a few moments here. 17:57 to go in the second period. They'll get this one all sorted back out. Meanwhile, got our notification here. Hickman's going to go. It's a major penalty for kneeing. Hickman's going to be in the box for a while. It'll be a 5-minute major. Georgia Tech can score as many goals as they could possibly want in this next 5 minutes without the penalty going away. A chance for the momentum to swing here. Back out at the point. Cernich lets one go. Tipped in front. They score! Right away. Cale Cernich lets one go. May have gone off a jacket right around in front, and we are tied here. That only took 13 seconds.
Yeah, not the ideal start for that penalty kill, but Zach Lynch didn't look like he saw that puck with a lot of bodies out in front until the last second, and it somehow squeaked between his legs, got in the back of that net.
Just 13 seconds after Hickman goes off for kneeing, Georgia Tech gets a power play goal, the third of the game, to tie it at 2. And we've got a man headed to the box now for the Jackets. Kevin Sheridan's going to be in there. Team leader in 25 penalty minutes. He's going to have a few more. Unsportsmanlike conduct, perhaps. The official has a conversation with the coach, head coach Bob Cernich.
Also important to note that they put Holt in the penalty box to get looked at because there wasn't a lot of room on the bench. So now Holt is getting looked at in the penalty box while the other Georgia Tech player is serving the penalty.
Sort this one out. Conversation there between Jones, Pizzo, and the official. Cale Cernich credited with the goal officially. The assist goes to Kevin Sheridan, who is now in the penalty box. And that is where we are. 2-2 hockey game. 10-minute misconduct for Kevin Sheridan for some apparent lip service there to the official. Back they'll work at Cale Cernich, the goal scorer, down that right side. We'll play 4-on-4. It's still 5-on-4. My apologies. Cernich's misconduct will not affect the personnel on the ice. They'll bring this one back around. Gamecocks all collapse down below the hash marks there. Work it back out to the point. Leon goes D to D. Cernich pulls up, flips this one back down low off Jake Tenji, and he will fishhook this one all the way back out through center. Going to be stopped by Caleb Rudnicki. Rudnicki lets it go. Just about a minute expired here on the major penalty to Hickman. Leon swings this one out wide. Watch there by Hoey. Takes a whack from Hoey's stick and still has it back down low. Up for Cernich. Poked at there, and this puck drifts out towards center. Work to be taken, controlled, and flipped ahead by Matt Connolly. Picked up there by Owen. Big chance there by Matt Owen, shorthanded, getting in on the forecheck. Owen and Rudman, the penalty killers up front. Soar and Hoey on the back end for South Carolina. Out ahead off the dasher, pass would not convert. And Hoey rifles this one back out and ahead and just held in. They'll rule it's onside. Gamecocks have to get back. Out off the boards, they'll throw this one back in front. Soar tangles his man up there. Owen back for it. Puck glove down, chopped in front, and Evan Hoey keeps it below the goal line. Out off the boards, kept in by a skate. This time off Connolly. Some contact there. Rudman gets it out. Delayed offsides there. Touched at by Matthew Connolly. Offsides is called. The faceoff will come outside the Gamecock zone. 16:13 to go in the period. 3:17 on the major penalty.
And I'll be curious to see how aggressive the Gamecocks are going to play this next 3 minutes, 17 seconds. All season, they've played a pretty aggressive penalty kill, a lot of forechecking, and that's why it's led to a lot of shorthanded chances. But that also opens up the back and leads to odd man rushes on the power play.
Garrett Schuler turns this one over to Bobby Van Duzen. Ben Smith not on the ice. Van Duzen digs away for it in the corner. Taken to task there by Schuler and Rankin. Schuler's going to have it. Push this one ahead. Watch that there by Nick Pizzo and thrown all the way back around. Peters after for the Gamecocks. Peters sees this one come free to Van Duzen. Peters has it again. He'll shovel this one back out. Picked up at center. They'll work it to the back end. Cernich. Cernich ahead over the blue line. Thrown out and picked off there at center by Nick Peters. A nice move there. Peters short-handed. Has to dig this one out of the linesman's skates. Peters can't get to it. He's still going to battle for it, though. Peters after works this one free into the slot. And again, back the other way come the Yellow Jackets. Pulls up, rides the blue line there, takes it out wide. Started centering pass there, never got to the tape there. Looking for Hilgeman. Charlie Hilgeman shooting one upstairs. That one catches the glass. And the Yellow Jackets effectively clear themselves out of the offensive zone. Pizzo getting after Garrett Schuler there. And again, a restart as they pick this one up through center. It's Connolly. Connolly over the line, drops this one off, picked up there. And again, Nick Pizzo after it. Oakley back for South Carolina. This one on and off the tape again. Out of the blue line. Go D to D. Shoots one in. A stick save there by Lynch. The puck is loose. Harmless shot there by Jones and picked up. It's going to be shorthanded chances. Falling down as Pizzo has to shield himself there from a knee of one of the Yellow Jackets. As this puck squirts free. A minute 39 to go. A shorthanded chance. Hawkinson hit the goalpost. Corey Hawkinson streaking in off the bench, almost giving the team a 3-2 lead. And Hawkinson playing like a man possessed here on the penalty kill. Back the other way. Yellow Jackets, that'll up the tempo here and up the ante here in the second period. Tie game, turning shot, save made, they score! Beautiful opportunity. Matthew Connolly rips one up over the shoulder there of Lynch. 3-2 the score now in favor of the visiting Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, coming off that huge chance for Hawkinson in the other end, but Gamecocks were a little slow to get back. Missed their assignments on the right side there, and a good shot. Zach Lynch was looking down, and that one went right south of the bar. Good shot, good goal.
Connolly goes upstairs. I couldn't tell. It looked like Lynch may have gotten a piece of it. Ducked his head there, put the glove up, taking his eyes effectively out of the play. A minute to go on the major penalty. Georgia Tech has scored 2 goals on it. As Soar flips this one out ahead. Another shorthanded chance, just squirts past the stick of Cam Mecca. Gamecocks will not be conservative on this penalty kill. Now a chance, loose in front. And again, poked at there by Zach Lynch. Hawkinson's got it. Mecca still wants a shorthanded chance. Hawkinson's going to throw this one in far side. Cam Mecca all over the place tonight. Mecca going to try and drop this one off. A nice drag through the defenseman there. Under a minute to go on the major penalty. Mecca still in after it. 1 against 5. The one wearing a red sweater as more Gamecocks bring this one in. A shot there up over the shoulder. Catches the boards. And Georgia Tech regroups. Out and ahead. Curled up away there by the defenseman hopping up in on the play. Garrett Schuler. Reinforcements on as this puck ends up out of play. And another whistle here. 13-19 in period 2. 23 seconds remain on the kneeing major to Duncan Hickman. Again, still in the box for Georgia Tech on a 10-minute misconduct penalty. Kevin Sheridan, the official tally on the goal. It goes to Matthew Connolly with the assist going to Jacob Weitzel. A defensive zone face-off for South Carolina. Off the tie-up, it comes free to the power play guys. Bounced off the boards not once but twice and in and around to get it. Jackets rotating in front. They're trying to work it out of the corner. Final 10 seconds. Hickman itching to get out of that penalty box. 2 goals so far on the major penalty. Perhaps another one coming. Work it down low. 2 guys in front of the net. 1 man, Cale Sturridge, drifting free at center. Hickman out of the box. He will come right to the bench in exchange for Dave Murray. He's just going to hang out at the red line. Rudman tries to play this one out and through. He'll get it as a bouncing puck comes back for Brian Soar. Soar rifles one ahead for Dave Murray. Murray one touches this one in. Rudman in after it. He can't get to it in time. Played up off the boards and comes all the way back out into neutral territory. Swept back in, picked up by Soar. Soar in some danger. He'll twirl back towards his goaltender. Dangerous play by Soar. Picked up there. Well, trying to go cross ice on the feed from Leon. Ends up off the boards. Ryan Soar just ran out of real estate there. Now 2-on-1 back the other way for South Carolina. Murray with Woodman. Murray down the left side. Shoots one and a save made. Loose puck. Picked up there. Matt Owen on the follow-up chance sends one through the crease. Woodman can't get to it in time. Hoey pinching in. Puck drifts back towards center, and Soar going to have to contend with it again. And Leon as well. Shovel it out ahead. Replayed back in. Soar back behind his goaltender. 11:54 to go. Out and ahead. Gamecocks trying to stretch things out in the big north-south place. Here comes Ben Smith. Smith lets one go right on into the breadbasket there. No chance. Caleb Rudnicki smothers this one for a stoppage with 11:44 to go. Rudnicki 10-5, 2-2. 3 goals against average and 893 save percentage. As we mentioned earlier, 2 shutouts. And we'll break it down line by line for you here for the Gamecocks. That first line, Jake Tenji, Cam Mecca, and Bobby Van Duzen generating 24 goals and 31 assists for 55 points. The most out of any line combination for South Carolina. They are not on the ice right now, but they will be shortly. Patterly, Hawkinson, and Pizzo on now as this puck comes in behind Zach Lynch. Played back out. Hawkinson has it. 1 goal tonight, looking for another. Down the right side, brings it in, loses that puck as he had Powderly headed towards the net. Loose it comes. Peters just a one-time one. A skipping puck and doesn't go in. Awkward save there. Got tied up in the stick of Rudnicki. Again, a chance out for Peters on the backhand. He'll just send this one on net and kicked out there. Rudnicki didn't see it until the last second. Again now, underneath Hawkinson. Goes down low, extends his base, and protects the puck. Free it comes. Powderly. Gonna stick handle through. Pizzo had that chance. Peters collapses down low. Peters again out towards the point. Can't handle it. Puck played through. Peters in after it still. Bodies that puck off the man for Georgia Tech. Back out it comes. Sent in there by a point shot by Duncan Hickman. It comes free. Tired players out here for both clubs. 10:41 to go. Powderly in after it again. Some collisions here. Powderly's got it. Works it free for Corey Hawkinson. Instead, it'll drift all the way back down. Hickman races free, and he'll flag Zach Lynch off that puck and take it himself. On the quick up for Peters. Peters rotates to Siegfried. Siegfried swatted ahead there, and Siegfried's got it again. Siegfried in the slot, plays this one, had a skipping puck, redirected into the corner by Rudnicki. Again, swatted down as it has Dave Murray on it for South Carolina. Free, it comes off the boards. Murray still, as this puck drifts out and again held in between the blue and red lines for South Carolina. Bringing in is Oakley. He'll have to contend with some contact there. Oakley still doesn't shy away from the confrontation. Down low it comes. Oakley, the defenseman, pinching in still. Siegfried works a free, gets dumped on his wallet. And Georgia Tech plays this one all the way back out and down. Delayed icing, now waved off by 1. The linesman straight in front of us waved off the icing. The linesman all the way back down in South Carolina territory rules that it is an icing. And the whistle wins out. We'll have a face-off here in Georgia Tech territory. 9:47 to go in the second period. A 3-2 hockey game thanks to Matt Connolly, Ben Lublin, and Cale Cernich of Georgia Tech.
It looks like they're going to put the face-off at center ice to make up for the missed icing call. But, yeah, big break for Georgia Tech there. They were struggling to get the puck out of the zone. And as that puck shoots into the stands again.
Just awesome fans here. Anyone would really take that puck for a souvenir. They'll throw it back. Similar to the Gamecock football games. They always want those footballs back. Saw one kid throw it all the way out of the stadium, and he was immediately removed from the premises. What game was that? Was that Georgia?
Might have been Missouri.
Later found out he was our flag football referee. And what a guy that was. Meanwhile, 9.5 to go in the second period. They'll stretch this one back out. The puck thrown back into play by a fan, which was what led us to that tangent. Back ahead, Georgia Tech brings it. Leon sees this one played in and behind. Tyler Oakley was pinching into the offensive zone. Now he's going to come back in the defensive zone to make a play here. They'll turn it over. Yellow Jackets at the hash marks. Brings it back in. Point shot just thrown in, tipped in front. Jake Tenji redirects it into his own net. Oh my, Kevin Sheridan going to be credited with that goal. I believe Jake Tenji tries to swat it out of danger, redirects it over the shoulder of Zach Lynch. It is 4-2 here in Irmo. And that's one, got to have a short memory for that one. That was crazy.
Yeah, just unlucky for the Gamecocks. And I don't think if you're Georgia Tech, you can place a puck more perfectly than that top left. Just unfortunate that that puck couldn't get cleared out and just took the wrong bounce off of Tingy's stick.
Had good intentions trying to clear that out of the lane. It was just a rolling puck. Probably had another second before it even got to the net. Goal scored by Matt Berg, officially. Their 4th of the night. They'll wrap this one back in and around. In Gamecock territory, they'll try to work it out. On the assist, Michael Leon and Cale Cernich, and a save made right on. Cernich's 2nd point of the night, right down in icing. And the irony on this one, Michael Leon wears number 8 for Georgia Tech, gets the primary assist. Jake Tenji wearing number 8 for South Carolina, the man who ultimately redirected that puck into the net. It's not funny, but it's ironic. Well, it's kind of funny. Defensive zone chance for the Gamecocks, right in front of Zach Lynch. Chance off the draw, ends up into the boards with 8.5 to go. Around it comes Soar again. Mental fortitude coming into play now. Gamecocks staring adversity right in the face here. 2-goal deficit after an unlucky break. We'll see how they respond. Momentum certainly in their favor, and that one played now offsides, absolutely. Momentum certainly in their favor after the first 20 minutes, and after that most recent goal, it shifts back to Georgia Tech favor. And they will have to see which way it goes. 2-goal lead, not the worst thing. We've seen this Gamecock squad come back and tie up a 6-0 hockey game at 7. So anything, I didn't believe anything was possible after that. But anything is possible after that. The Gamecocks came back from being down 6-0. Not the result they had hoped for, but still remarkable in and of itself. And now a chance here. Back the other way, they come Connolly towards Lynch, right wing, lost the puck right as he was about to pull the trigger. Connolly goes back to the point. Schuler back down for Connolly, away from Soar, and now Hoey throws this one back on cleanly all the way out. Pops over, sticking up, Ben Smith motors on. Smith ahead, a full head of steam for Smith, pulls up the face-off dot. Centering pass now, couldn't be connected there by Owen. Zach Weeks on with Murray, rather. Ben Smith still swats this one back in, and again, some contact there, it comes back through. Played right from the stick of Connolly to Hoey. Hoey chips this one ahead. Intended there for Corey Hawkinson as he chases on. Can't beat out the icing though. 7:23 to go in the second, and the faceoff will come back in Gamecock territory.
Well, good defensive play there by Brian Soar. Good communication on that odd man rush. Telling his fellow line mate to take the man on the break. And he would step to the puck and forced him off the goal and couldn't even get a shot on net there. So good play by Soar to create an offensive opportunity, but nothing doing for South Carolina.
Evan Hoey wraps this one around again, and trickling all the way back down it comes. Hoey, again, the first goal scorer for South Carolina. Icing waved off, and an awkward play there. Somebody caught a rut, kicked the skate out of Corey Hawkinson there. They'll have that puck again. Pizzo tumbles down now. Hawkinson's got it again. Unshaken on the play, Corey Hawkinson. Hawkinson has to contend with 3 Yellow Jackets as Murray gets rubbed out along the near side boards. Chipped up and ahead. Hickman watches on from the point, catches a stanchion, and that puck just stays in. Hawkinson kicks it ahead, tries to drop it off. Hickman keeps it through, walks the line, shoots one, and right into the skate there. Beautiful block there, and they'll bring it back out. On the rush come the Jackets. Long shot just way wide. Hilgeman, the shooter. It comes free now. Hawkinson around for South Carolina. Peters getting some good looks at the net tonight, as does Tyler Oakley, defenseman stepping up on the rush for South Carolina. 29 points by defensemen on the season. 9 goals for those defensemen, well, 10 now, and 30 points for defensemen after the goal there by Evan Hoey. Played back out, 6 to go. Peters chips it back in. Up off the glass, they'll throw it. Rolls back in on Duncan Hickman, and he will control air traffic from back in his own zone. Again, a skipping puck right off that dasher. Evades Jake Tenji. He's got to wait for a man to touch up, though. Tenji curls it around. Nice move there by Tenji. Tries to pull up there, swatted away off his control. Duncan Hickman plays this one back in reinforcements for the Gamecocks, as well as a partial line change for Georgia Tech. Again, swiveled through center. Georgia Tech plays it free. Peters tries to skate around a man, and moreover, through a man. But to no avail, Georgia Tech throws it back in where Drummond's gonna have to take care of business. Drummond loses it. Tenji comes back out to help his fellow senior. They'll work it through. Around past Tenji and the watchful eyes of Nick Peters. Peters after it. They'll go back down low again. 5 to go. Centering pass cleared out there. Off the stick of Blake Drummond. And still, they work it further. Finally taken out and ahead. Jake Tenji at the end of his shift. Fakes the shot there. Goes out wide on Cernich. Tenji pulls up, goes now for Mecca. Back for Jake Tenji. They'll work it free. Back out to the point now. Oakley walks, shoots one out off a skate again. Oakley pinching in. Van Duzen pops this one into the corner. Mecca in after for South Carolina. Faking the wrap attempt there is Cernich. They'll move it out towards center. Wrist it back in. And offsides called. They'll rule that puck tipped off of Dave Murray, who was offsides. Tipped off of him and went up into the corner. And an offsides call here. 4:38 to go in the second.
And Gamecocks struggling to get something going offensively. It's going to be interesting to see how they play from behind in this one. We've seen them play from behind at several points during the season, and a couple of different approaches to playing behind. We saw in the Florida game a lot of momentum and coming back quickly. But we'll see what happens here.
Loose in front, it comes a chance there. Pizzo goes down to the ice, tries the backhand one on net as he falls. Now, big hit there. Looks like Dave Murray caught the worst of that. This puck rolls back in on Drummond. Murray tried to send his man Weitzel through the glass there, and he caught the worst of that one. Through they'll work it, almost a centering pass now. Gamecocks work it back up ahead. Dave Murray shakes off the contact, plays this one ahead for Pizzo. Pizzo has it poked off his stick. Ben Smith carries on. Smith taken down behind the play. Play continues. This one all the way out into the fans. Off the leg, and 3 for 3. Fans will recycle that puck right back in. Most courteous fan base in the whole ACHA. 3:54 to go. Period number 2. Gamecocks trail by a pair.
Yeah, those Nashville facilities are really nice, but can't beat the fans here.
Those Nashville facilities really are nice. Fordyce Center. Practice home of the Nashville Predators. Also the home of the NWHL skills competition. Kendall Coyne Schofield beat her time at the fastest skater competition at the NHL All-Star game. Clocked in at about 14.1 there. Clocked in at 13.9 at the NWHL All-Star game. They'll work this one out in front. 3.5 to go. Turning shot there. Save made by Rudnicki. Off the stick of Dave Murray. Rudman around. Dillon Jacob wants it. Jacob, Rudman, and Matt Owen, the forwards on. Out and ahead. Bump pass out over the blue line. But back in they'll work it. Evan Hoey works it free for South Carolina. Down low. Bounce off the boards. Rudman can't get to it in time. He'll swat at that one, but Weitzel brings it out ahead. Now advance for Leon. Leon down that left wing. Left and right wing got a little confused there. Hoey centers this one all the way back down, and they will wash out the icing as that play threaded the needle perfectly in between Lambert and, I believe, Charlie Hilgeman. Out at center, the Gamecocks have it again. Tempo slowing down. They'll try to pick things right back up. Matthew Jones motors on through. The defenseman hopping up on the rush. Takes another collision there. Hoey. Some knee-on-knee action again. And this time, Powderly moves it up ahead. He's got Hawkinson joining the rush. Knifed off the stick there. Hawkinson offsides. The Gamecocks off to touch up. Working it free is Hoey. Hoey gonna let one go. A shot save made there again. Caleb Rudnicki flashes out the left pad there. And more collisions. Powderly ate the contact there. Rudman plays it off, and now Powderly shovels things out to the point. Sword looks up, throws this one down for Hawkinson. Hawkinson twirls away at the blue line. Goal line, rather. Wrists it up off the shaft of the goaltender's stick. Around it comes again Powderly. For Hickman, throws this one back underneath. Hawkinson around to get it for South Carolina. Gamecocks work it out again. All 5 Georgia Tech players down low. Shot there off the goal post. Hickman's shot tipped in front and caught iron. Centering pass, loose in front on the rebound. A big save there by Rudnicki if he got contact with it. Hickman again lets one go. Tipped in front. Still it's loose. Bouncing back out, and again, 1:50 to go. 2-on-1 back the other way, unless Rudman gets back. Long shot there, just wide of left post. And again, the Gamecocks work it. Back out through center. Picked up there by Georgia Tech. They'll reset. Cernich moves away from Ryan Soar. This one picked up in free real estate, Garrett Schuler. Cernich now dumping this one in. He and Soar will joust at center ice. Soar wants that stick, but he won't get it. Still the puck now in Gamecock territory. Brian Soar finally finds himself back in his defensive position. Soar behind the net, battling for that puck. Around now off the dasher, held in. And all the way back up where it's played down by the glove of Soar. Soar shuffles one ahead. Icing waved off by the linesman in front of the play. And now a chance. Pizzo tries to center there for Mecca, cutting towards the net. Final 60 to play here in period number 2. Peters watches his man closely there, out off the glass. They'll work it. Back now, Tyler Oakley. One last push here for either squad as time ticks down here towards zeros. Pizzo races ahead, loses that puck, and the lineman skates. And they'll whistle this one down. They'll say offsides. They indicate the face-off right outside the Georgia Tech zone. 39.7 to go in the second. And not an offensive zone change for the Gamecocks, but just outside, about as close as you can get. Yellow Jackets win it back. They'll go D to D and now flip this one all the way back in. Icing waved off again. Game pace continues. Nick Peters back for the Gamecocks. 30 to go. Peters brings this one up dangerously, shovels it on ahead. A nice backhand dish there out towards center. Mecca motors on through, left wing. Cam Mecca with some speed, wraps it around, still looking in the slot area. Now he'll take some contact there. Down off the puck again, another big hit. Oakley goes down. Then Dusen hard on the puck. They'll bring it back out. Point chance, walking his tangent. He wants one, shoots one, lit in front. Off a chance there. Mecca works it back down again off the linesman. Peters down low, right around in front. They'll jam for it. And the clock hits zeros with that puck, as you could see it briefly before it was scooped up by the goaltender. That puck sitting right in the blue paint. Clock hits zeros here in the second. 4-2 the score. Gamecocks trail by a pair. And we will send you to an intermission when we come back. We will try to speak to Nick Peters. We'll see if he remembers to stay on the ice for the second intermission report. If not, when we come back, it will be period number 3 here on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by SGTV. All right, down here at ice level with Nick Peters. Nick, after the first 20 minutes, power play goals were huge. 2 power play goals in the first, and then it really gave you a lot of momentum. But in the second there, how big of a momentum swing was that 5-minute major when Duncan Hickman was in the box?
Yeah, that's tough. We had a breakdown there, and had to take a penalty to probably save a goal there. It's tough, but they got a good power play. So hopefully, if we can just stay out of the box, we'll get back in this one.
After not playing a lot in the SEC tournament, is it kind of a big momentum or kind of a big difference here for you? You went from playing not a lot of minutes now. It seems like you're out there every other shift.
Yeah, definitely took a tough injury in the playoffs, which was tough. We definitely want to be a part of that, but I'm feeling better, and I feel like I got my feet under me today.
Feeling the pressure here, they kind of turned it up in the second. What was the difference in the way that they were playing you and the way they really approached you in the second period from the difference from the first?
Yeah, I think they definitely tightened up in front. We're not getting as many rebounds, and I think we got to just battle harder and win this pucks on the wall.
Their fourth goal, it looked like a tip off Jake Tenji's stick on its way to the net. That's a huge blow, but how do you guys come back from that and overcome it mentally?
Yeah, it was good intentions by Tenji. He's just trying to get the stick on the puck, get it out of the way. Those things happen, but you got to just swipe that one off and get back out there, try to get a goal.
All right. 20 minutes left. What's the one thing that you guys got to stick to try and get out the win here in the third?
Yeah, we just got to get pucks deep, work them corners, and just get pucks to the net and hopefully find a couple.
All right. Thanks, Nick. Good luck in the third.
Yeah,
that'll be it. When we come back, it will be the third period here on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by SGTV. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. We are just about to get underway here. Period number 3, a 4-2 hockey game. Georgia Tech with the lead. They go 3 for 3 on the power play. Gamecocks 1 for 3. Shots 19-11 in favor of South Carolina through 2 periods. But still, 4 goals on 11 shots for Georgia Tech. They're working in their own zone now. Gamecocks once again move left to right. Dave Murray holds this one in. He will start up front with Matt Owen and Alex Siegfried right in front of the net. Back again, Zach Weeks, my apologies, Zach Weeks on that right wing. Hoey lifts this one all the way back out, up off the dasher. Zach Weeks still looking for his first point in a Gamecock uniform. Again, recycled back in, Soar's gonna have to throw this one back out. Weeks and taking some contact there is Murray. Try to one-hit this one through the defenseman, but can't do it. Murray still in after it. Siegfried at 13th forward, rotating through the lines here. Siegfried heads towards the bench as Hoey plays this one for the Gamecocks, wraps this one around the glass and picked up by Nick Pizzo fresh on the ice after an intermission full of rest. Ian Powderly and Corey Hawkinson on as well. One touch back into the left of Zach Lynch, picked up by Brian Soar a minute into the third frame. And they'll outlet this one off a skate. Hawkinson brings it ahead. He's got Pizzo on the right side. Hawkinson goes down the left. Hawkinson to the backhand. Can't get a clean shot off. Will turn out of the corner now. Tries to throw this one through for Hickman. Peters has it. Peters at the line, sends one on net, and that one just wide. Gamecocks effectively taking away the eyes of Caleb Rudnicki. Right around in front, a chance for Smith. Now Peters a drive, catches the crossbar. Maybe a save there by Rudnicki. Has it smothered on the chest. Somebody must have hit the goalpost with their stick right as Rudnicki made that save. Sounded like it caught the iron, but Rudnicki has it in the breadbasket. 4-2 the score still, 18:32 left in the final 30. Final 20, geez, minutes are hard.
Well, Rudnicki's come up big so far in this game. A couple of huge saves in a row, and especially at the end of the period. To the end of the first period, there was a sequence of a bunch of shots on net.
Right down low, Ben Smith turns away from a check. Now he goes down. 2 players get back up to their feet. As this puck rolls free, watched by Luke Rudman. All 3 Gamecock forwards below the goal line. As this puck drifts back out, swatted back in by Rudman. Shrugs off a stick there. Still in after it. Rudman bodied there by Ben Smith. Ben Smith and Rudman still work this one free. Diving now, Ben Smith loses the puck. Faces some pressure there, right around in front, and Smith still got it. Right around, tries to jam on the near side. Smith still shovels this one back, and now Rankin has it. And they'll issue, or they'll rule, that this puck was deflected up into the netting. And we will get a stoppage here, 17:50 to go. Important to note, Brandon Holt, getting close to Braden Holtby there. Brandon Holt, number 10 for Georgia Tech, will be out. He will not return with that apparent knee injury. He is questionable for tomorrow's game. Again, these 2 teams facing off less than 24 hours from now. That'll be a 4:15 start time. As right now, the Yellow Jackets move this one out in the head. Swatted back in by Drummond, watched there by Bobby Van Duzen. Van Duzen sees this puck come all the way around to Sheridan. Sheridan tries to jumpstart the rush, but back the other way, Cam Mecca pulls up and throws one up off the glass. Solid glass work there by Cam Mecca. As Oakley's bumped off a puck, he'll get it right back though. Redemption chance for Oakley. Shoveled out off the boards. Van Duzen's got it. And after Jake Tenji, no one wants redemption more than Jake Tenji's. That shot by Van Duzen ends up in the corner, wrapped back around for Captain Tenji. Tenji for Drummond, a fellow senior. Can't keep that out of his skates. That puck looked like it stayed in over the line, and a delayed decision there from the linesman. But offside's finally called here, 17:06 to go in the third. Faceoff comes just outside Georgia Tech ice.
Couldn't find that puck in his skate. Unfortunate as he tried to recover, and it just a couple of inches crossed that blue line for the offsides.
Murray tries to win the draw forward, and he does, except he's bumped off there. The loose puck can be picked up. Georgia Tech content to play the waiting game here. Cernich goes back below the goal line. Cale Cernich, son of head coach Bob Cernich. Cernich in his 4th year of coaching here at Georgia Tech. Assistant coaches Jeremy Omish and Colin Roberts. Goaltending coach for Georgia Tech, Craig Terranova. As his teaching's paying off here, as Caleb Rudnicki having a solid game. Back the other way they come though, to the goal. Lynch lost his net there, and a big hit there by Hoey. Bumps Lublin off the puck. Murray ahead now, over center. Murray's got it still. Trying to weave in and out of some sticks. The Gamecocks trying to stick handle through guys. To no avail. Jake Tenji back in his own zone. Back across for Hoey. Hoey stretches one out for Murray, and Murray again. Gonna try to curl this one to the outside. Pulls up the top of the circle, drops for Tenji, but he couldn't settle that puck down. Now gonna be a break the other way. A chance for Georgia Tech to make it 5. In alone. Backhander, and he just couldn't stretch Lynch out far enough. Never got a good handle on it. That puck just rolled off his stick. Murray has it. A golden opportunity there for Kevin Sheridan. But still the score remains 4-2. Redirected in to the zone there by Jake Tenji. Puck stopped by Caleb Rudnicki, picked up by a defenseman. 15:40 to go in the third. 4 power play goals in this hockey game out of the 6 that were scored. 3 of the 4 for Georgia Tech and 1/2 for South Carolina. Out ahead is far center. This puck wrapped out in front of the South Carolina bench. And now Duncan Hickman has to play this one away from Weitzel. Out ahead, Peters teams up there, and it's picked up and moved across for Hickman again. As Peters hops in on the rush, Hickman chips this one out and across. Tries to create some time and space. Hickman and Peters, the defenseman, pinching up on this play, and a big hit there by Hickman. As this puck drops out towards center ice. Picked up again. Now it's Connolly towards the net. A shot saved by Lynch. The rebound. He scores. Matthew Connolly got his second goal of the night. A big first save by Lynch. But Connolly followed his rebound and deposits it over the goal line. It's 5-3 Georgia Tech with 14:50 to go in the third.
Well, Peters and Van Dusen just got burned there. A great split by Georgia Tech. Just cutting right through the middle of them and out-hustling them to the goal. And good shot, good original save by Lynch, but a good recovery and the follow-up backhand in the net to make this a 3-goal deficit.
Goal number 17 of the year for Matthew Connolly. Second of the game, chasing a hat trick here as we have 14 and then some to play in the third. Gamecocks, the margin is now 3. Right around in front, a centering chance for Pizzo. Sees that one go off the toe of his stick. Back the other way come the Jackets again with speed. Stretching around as Kevin Sheridan to the goal again. Save made by Lynch. Got the blocker down on top of the pad. Again, Hawkinson now. Hawkinson streaking away, but the puck comes back to where it came from. Tyler Oakley out off the boards in the no man's land. Matthew Jones gonna have this one. Now a chance here. Hawkinson in alone. Corey Hawkinson to the backhand. A big save there by the goaltender. And now it's covered up there. Huge stop by Rudnicki, shutting down Corey Hawkinson on the backhand after a gorgeous play. Oh, really an unfortunate giveaway there by one of the Jackets defenders.
Yeah, and Rudnicki shuts him down again. Another great show of patience from Rudnicki to recover himself on that shot and make the save. And he shut down this South Carolina team at the end of period 1, the end of period 2. And another couple of big chances there for South Carolina gone astray.
In the slot here. Owen tries to stick him through everybody. Now it's finally knocked off his stick. Now 2-on-2 back the other way. Soar has this one played around him. Hoey rather, fills in on his end. And Hoey takes a big hit there as he gets the puck out as far as the hash marks. Rudman can't find it out of his skates. Back down low. Leon goes back down to his counterpart, Rankin. And at the point again, wrapped back in by Jones. Underneath, Evan Hoey in behind his goaltender. Shovels it out. A turnover here. Offensive zone chance. Save made by Lynch. Shrugs that one out, and a bouncing puck rolls all the way back out towards center. Miscommunication there by Georgia Tech. Gamecocks have it. Rudman tries to go around his man again. Rudman's got the puck though. Centering pass, shooting one, and a big save there. Net knocked off. And a follow-up opportunity goes wide as he can't put the puck into a dislodged net here. 13-18 to go in the third. The margin is now 3.
Yeah, good execution on that rush there, getting the puck to the right man to get the open shot, but another good save by Rudnicki, and he has made some big saves tonight.
Ben Smith started the night out on the fourth line again, with Weeks and Dave Murray. Ben Smith now centering a line here. Bobby Van Dusen. And it looks like Cam Mecca shoot one out of the face-off, and a big save by Rudnicki. Right into that trapper there. Turning shot by Cam Mecca. Got some extra torque on that one. And Rudnicki flashes the leather again to keep South Carolina at 2. Face-off's becoming more and more important. Van Dusen lined up directly behind Ben Smith, and the drop of the puck doesn't matter. Georgia Tech advances this one out towards center. Picked up, thrown off the boards, and mined out by Bobby Van Dusen. Gets sandwiched there at open ice, and Ben Smith comes through for a hit. Back again. Kevin Sheridan takes this one out wide, escapes a hit by Soar. Soar gets in after his man in the corner. Soar makes a hit here. Loose it comes. Sheridan's got to get a centering pass there. Lynch lost the skate there. But off balance here as Mecca chips this one in ahead, tries to get something started. Anything is good at this point. Hawkinson, holy route, the second time I've done that, twirls ahead. Back the other way now, come the Jackets, a shot right on. And a save made by Zach Lynch for a face-off coming to his right as he denies Ben Lublin what would have been his second goal of the evening.
Hoey trying to pull off the spin there to get around the defender and just stripped away there, leading to a Georgia Tech chance, but good save by Lynch.
We saw Mecca do the spin in the offensive zone, figured, I might as well try that as this puck all the way up and out into the netting for another face-off. Scratches tonight, if we didn't give them to you already, Dominic Centracchio, Avery Pruden, Colin Anderson, and Ronan Egan. To the best of our knowledge, all of those guys are healthy, but you got to make the roster cut somewhere and get some fresh bodies in after the lineups that found their way to Nashville unsuccessful. As the head coach, you got to make some changes. Hawkinson eats some contact and some plexiglass as well. This puck comes free. Duncan Hickman in after it, goes down to one knee. Hawkinson plays it over to Peters, and Peters will try to start things out. Starts it with Pizzo, goes cross ice. Nice stretch pass there to Ian Powderly. Haven't heard his name much tonight. Powderly curls through the slot and lost right away. Powderly still in after it. Has the puck, the Hawkinson a one-timer, save made there by Rudnicki. Again, it comes around. Hickman off the skates and it scores free. We'll just backhand it through, and now back they come. Hickman hooks a man there. Delayed penalty. The goaltender heads off. And with 11:47 to go, a pretty clear-cut hooking call there. Duncan Hickman tries to restrain his man from what would have been a pretty solid breakaway there. The Gamecocks find themselves down by 2, or down by 1, 4-2 minutes. Duncan Hickman back in the box. Second visit there tonight.
7th penalty minute for Duncan Hickman tonight, and a pretty obvious penalty there, trying to stop that rush. South Carolina really can't get anything going, and the penalty kill hasn't been too good tonight.
Curled again on the power play, 3 for 3. Georgia Tech perfect tonight. On the man advantage. They'll try to keep it going here. Wrap it back around at the hash marks, near side wall. Back down low off the boards. Matt Jones sees it again to the far side now. Top of the offensive zone here. They'll work it down low again. Medium zone, back out to the point. Low once more, hash marks through the circle. This puck pops all the way up, stays into the zone. In the playing surface still. Out ahead now, shorthanded. Siegfried with Matt Owen shorthanded. They'll throw this one in far side. Owen still in after it. And Matt Owen sends a man down with some speed. And now we will have some conversation here. Matt Owen going to have to answer to Ben Lublin for that one. And perhaps a hit from behind. I have charged the book is wide open here for that one. Could have been a number of different things. But either way, Matt Owen's going to head to the box for at least 2.
Yeah, and Sheridan's slow to get up as we see Holt below us walking out with some ice on his knee. Georgia Tech can't afford another injury.
Well, they're down by quite a few men, but they're up on the scoreboard by 3. Has to raise a lot of question marks and eyebrows on the Gamecock bench. 11:04 left in the third period. 1:18 of a 5-on-3 for South Carolina. Matt Owen in the box. We'll wait to see what for, but he's in the box. Soar out to kill this one. Ben Smith as well. They'll work it back out through the point. Top of the zone they go, back down low. Try to stretch the penalty killers out. Siegfried, the man at the top. They'll go circle, now cross ice chance. Shooting one and they score. Another power play goal on the 2-man advantage. Second of the game for Ben Lublin. And it is 6-2 Georgia Tech.
Absolutely perfect puck movement and execution of that triangle, moving the puck around, getting the puck across ice to that backdoor shot, and good finish to put that one in net and make this a 4-goal game.
It's an awkward play to make when you're a right-handed shooter on your strong side. When you're a right-handed shot on that right side, that one-timer isn't exactly open. Usually when you take the time to stop the puck and then let it go, the goaltender's all the way over. Lynch took a bit of an extra, just that extra half second to get over. allowed Loveland the opportunity to really pick a spot and wire that puck home. 6th goal of the night for Georgia Tech. Gamecocks still with a minute 30 of penalty time to contend with. Matt Owen still in the box. Duncan Hickman out after his hooking penalty negated, washed out by the power play goal. In front still. Last game, a 10-8 loss at the hands of Florida. 17 goals against at the SEC tournament. 23 goals allowed in the last 3 games. 23 in their last 3. Still on the power play. Georgia Tech tries to settle. A nice tip of the pass there by Tyler Oakley. He's bringing it ahead now. It's Pizzo. One-on-one shorthanded. Pizzo has it knifed off his stick. Still on it, though. Throws it in front. Van Dusen a chance on the back end. Sends one off the outside of the cage there. And Rudnicki going to reset here and catch another break here. As his teammates move it ahead on the power play. 40 seconds, bringing it over now. Watched there by Blake Drummond and Tyler Oakley was Connolly. Connolly with a pair of goals of his own. 30 seconds of power play time remaining. Right around in front, a chance. Rolled off the stick there. Beautiful opportunity for Kevin Sheridan. That puck rolled just off the blade there. And again, shorthand, the Gamecocks getting in after it. Forechecking not a problem here. Final 13 of the man advantage. This one will expire soon enough as Peters drops that one around, and that'll do it. Matt Owen all but out of the penalty box at this point. Picked up in front, a shorthanded chance by Dave Murray. Caught some of the Yellow Jackets here sleeping. Out of the box is Owen. Dave Murray stick handles through some men. And now pass back to the point, Nick Peters. 5-on-5 we are. Back to Drummond. Drummond lets one go. Shot, easy stick save there by the goaltender Rudnicki. And the face-off in Georgia Tech territory with 8:51 to go. We talked again early in the broadcast. Those point shots can be effective, but you got to have someone take away the eyes of the goaltender if you're going to take a shot like that.
Yeah, South Carolina trying to get stuff moving offensively. 5 unanswered goals for Georgia Tech right now. And the biggest overall problem with this team this season, Dillon, has been their inconsistency. We've seen periods of play where they play like a top-level team that could compete with the Georgias in the SEC Conference. And then we've seen periods where the discipline and lack of defense has really killed them.
Jackets will just drift this one back in. Peters throws it out off of the face mask there of one of the forecheckers into the South Carolina bench. But no worse for wear on the play. Kevin Sheridan. It's 23 goals. I said it 4 times. 23 goals in the last 3 games. 23 goals against in the last 3 games for South Carolina. 5-0 in the first semester. 3-7 here in the second semester. Tale of 2 seasons. And really, after talking to head coach Bob Cernich for Georgia Tech, is really the same for them. They came out strong in the first half of the year, and injuries have plagued them. But the Yellow Jackets have found a way to work through it and make things work here in the latter months of the season. January and February and March just around the corner. Out and ahead, 3 Gamecocks give chase, but only 1 being Nick Peters. Will get back to it with 8 to go. Peters and Rudman. Taken away at center ice, picked up by Jake Tenji. Tomorrow's game, and then a game later on against Clemson. And then another scrimmage early in March will be the last 3 games for these Gamecocks seniors. Drummond, and now a chance here for Mecca right on goal as it's swatted off his stick. Drummond, Tenji, Nick Pizzo, and Duncan Hickman, the 4 Gamecock seniors. Point shot right around in front off a stick. Now it's going to be another chance the other way for Georgia Tech. Steaming back, tries to take the puck away there as Tenji. As that puck shot off the shin guard there, Duncan Hickman. Hickman around, Peters picks it up. Looks for Rudman, goes off the stick there, and now Cam Mecca sees this one played back in and all the way around. Duncan Hickman, watched closely there by Leon. Drops it off for his captain, Tenji. Tenji goes to the air. Got picked in front, almost a nice stretch pass there. Peters, Cam Mecca in after it now. Mecca gets tangled up, Sword joins the chase. Sword is gonna wrist this one back down off the dasher. Van Dusen's centering pass pops off a Georgia Tech skate and ends up back in the far side corner. Corey Hawkinson all over the ice, 1 goal so far tonight. Gotta think the way he's been playing, more will come. You move your feet, and the goals will follow. Bobby Van Dusen now at center, 6:43 left in the third. Centering chance on the backhand, pops all the way out into the near side corner. Wrap back around. Evan Hoey's going to come back down. Hoey walking down low. Siegfried sees this one just past him. As the Yellow Jackets, whoa! Whew, the Yellow Jackets clear that puck out. And that puck skipped right in front of one of the younger fans here. That was close. Sorry, that scared me a little bit there. He's all right though, and the kid's got no idea what just happened, so he's fine.
The refs let him keep the puck too, so.
6:25 to go here in period number 3, and that'll draw some claps here from the crowd. Oh man, right off the face-off, a shrugged off puck there by the goaltender Caleb Rudnicki. Right around it comes Alex Siegfried. Watches the man down low. Puck popped all the way back up. Nick Pizzo, and now Evan Hoey's going to dump this back in. 6 minutes remain in a 6-2 hockey game right now. Gamecocks have erased worse deficits before, but they had entire periods to do it. Soar plays this one back out ahead into free real estate. Nick Pizzo in after it. Going to pick it up though. Only temporarily, taken off a stick by Cernic. Cernic goes off the boards down low. Flipped up and ahead. Watched there by Zach Weeks. And Georgia Tech brings this one ahead. Wristed in over the glove hand there of Brian Soar. He'll have Cernic to contend with. Soar. Brian Soar so tall he's got to put an extension on his stock sticks. I say that 3 times fast. Now a chance in front. One-timer there. Broken up and now a bumping play. That puck dipping and diving. Ends up below the goal line. Coey hard after. Throws this one again up off the glass. Picked up. They'll just be content to work this one out towards center. Schuler throws this one in off Soar. Soar picks up in front of Jacob. Soar has some time, but not as much as he thought. They'll throw it in off the dasher. Board play redirected out at center. Dillon Jacob has it now for the Gamecocks. Under 5 to go in the third. A 2-1 hockey game after 2. 6-2 now in the latter stages of period number 3. That shot ricochets in behind the goaltender, Zach Lynch. And now off the boards and the glasses comes and recycled back in. As that puck whistled down, we believe offsides is called. Face-off indicated right outside with 4:42 to go in the game.
Back to those seniors, Dylan. Last couple of games for them, and it's unfortunate that with a loss here, they'll be effectively removed from regional contention. So unfortunate for them that they don't get to participate in regionals, but Gamecocks have been there every year under Coach Alan Serwa, except for last year.
Recycled back in, out under the linesman's feet there. Again, they'll play catch with it. The 2 teams go back and forth. Game of pong ensues here in the neutral zone. Back and forth they go still. Pops just near the linesman's feet. Gamecock goes down. Pressure there by Pizzo. They bring it on though. 3-on-2. Odd man rusher. Backhander. Save made by Lynch. Rebound loose as one of the Jackets goes down. Still loose in the slot. No one can pick it up. Hadley gets in after it. Gets out towards center. And Dave Murray going to work hard after that puck. And the fruits of his labor picked up there by Ian Powder. Tries to move into the slot area. And again, stick handling through guys does not pay off as this puck drifts all the way back down. Under 4 to go. Oakley pressured there by Kevin Sheridan. And icing called here. A face-off will come all the way back down into Georgia Tech territory. 3:55 to go in the third.
Yeah, really not a lot to say here, Dylan. South Carolina can't get anything going offensively. A pretty dead period in the last couple of minutes, and 4 remain on the Gamecocks' chances of advancing to the postseason.
Hickman pinches in, and now Cam Mecca in after it. Mecca, a bright spot here for the Gamecocks, as he usually is. You just wind him up and watch him go. Mecca all over the place. Up the wall it comes. Van Duzen throws this one towards the net. Takes an awkward bounce off of a skate in front. And now Peters has it. Throws it back up through center ice. Van Duzen out for Cam Mecca. Chance breaking towards the net. A stick save there as Rudnicki denies Mecca. Rudnicki sees this puck come below his net, goes to the reverse VH, seals his goal post. Now back it comes for Hickman. Tipped in front, save, loose now. Still it's swatted out and loose again, and now Rudnicki finally gets a glove on it. And another whistle here. Still more than 3 minutes to go in the period. Some encouraging words here from the fans, those who remain. Not a bad turnout here tonight. We've seen we've seen emptier stands, but certainly there were more people here at puck drop, and there were certainly more people here for Clemson and Georgia. Young fan that was almost hit by a puck, still as enthusiastic as ever. Clapper from the point, glove save there by Rudnicki. I mean, that kid is right up against the glass. Good for him. I wish I was still that enthusiastic.
Yeah. Could have just boosted his enthusiasm. Maybe that puck really sparked his spirits for the game of hockey, Dillon.
So something the other night, Ariana Grande got hit by like 2 pucks at Florida Panthers games when she was little. No, I'm serious. She was, I don't know who keeps track of this, as this puck blocked away by Zach Lynch. She was the first person to be hit by a puck at a Florida Panthers game. Panthers, one of the expansion teams in the 90s. So, moral of the story, if you're the first person to get hit by a puck by an expansion team, you go on to an illustrious music career. Or at least that is the rule as I understand it. Underneath the centering pass, never converted here. To the final 2.5 we go. Into the corner, Gamecocks and Jackets will battle for it. The official moving in to make sure that puck is still moving. If it freezes for too long, they'll blow the play down. And again it comes underneath. Low to high play, really, that's the way this game's gone. Some back and forth play in the neutral zone, they'll dump it out of the ice, they'll go behind the goal, and boom, Zach Lynch fans on a play into the corner there. Almost cost him a 7th goal, and now Evan Hoey's gonna have to get out of trouble. Out through the skates of Ian Patterley. Pizzo gets in after it, and now Patterley gives chase. Patterley underneath once more. He's got Dillon Jacob in front. Decides to go to Hoey at the point. Lets one go, tipped in front, save made. The rebound comes free to Pizzo in the corner. Sort pinching in down the glass off the glove of Pizzo. And now ahead, they'll risk this one out off a skate. Picked up again. Sore wrist one, save made. The rebound loose in front for Pizzo. A shot, and his chance goes all the way up and over. And again, that puck glove down. Patterley still works it free. Evan Hoey, a bright spot here at the end of the game. Hoey's shot, never got to the net, picked up, and another shot hits his shin guard right around in front. Loose it comes. Block shots here by the shortened Georgia Tech bench. Not afraid to sacrifice the body regardless of the score or how many reinforcements they got backing them up. Dillon Jacob backhands one free to an unfriendly sweater. This puck wristed out, and Hoey's gonna have to reverse it. Bouncing puck picked up by Patterley here. A chance for Ian Patterley. Backhands one and a save made again. Right on there by Caleb Rudnicki. Under a minute to go in this one. Gamecocks will drop to 8-8. Their first experience of being at 500 this season. As this puck skipped in and stopped again by Rudnicki. 5-3 in the SEC. This is not a conference game. And next year, that'll be a different story. Georgia Tech among the clubs joining the SEC. As we briefly outlined, there'll be 15 teams in the conference next season. The top 8 will make the playoffs. I believe Kennesaw State, Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina will make up a division.
A lot of talent in that division.
Gamecocks lost to all 3 of those teams. They won 2 games against Florida, but lost when it counted in the tournament. They'll dig at it again. As play ticks down here at the end, a loose puck right around in front. They'll joust away for it. Final 20 to go before these 2 teams head back to the locker room, take a shower, and get ready to face each other again. Such is life here in the ACHA. You play an opponent once, you're bound to play him again the next night. Chance in front again, swatted away. Final 3, and that'll do it. Clock hits zeros. Georgia Tech takes the first leg of a back-to-back. These 2 teams will try it one more time tomorrow. Alan Serwaz's Gamecocks spill over the boards here, dejected, no doubt. Serwaz's gonna have to go back to the drawing board and try to see what went wrong here against a tough Georgia Tech squad who advances to 14 wins on the season. We will step aside here. 6-2 the final score. When we come back, a brief post-game report. We'll outline what happened and what's got to happen in tomorrow night's game here on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by SGTV. All right, welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. Final time tonight. The Gamecocks fall here on home ice. Their first time back after Nashville by a score of 6-2 to the visiting Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. 2-1 after the first period, 6-2 final score. What happened?
Yeah, a lot of unanswered goals. That Duncan Hickman major penalty really killed all the momentum, where Georgia Tech scored 2 goals on that power play, and they really couldn't get anything going offensively from there, and Georgia Tech just kept piling on.
2 goals on that major penalty. They go 3 for 3 on the power play after that, Georgia Tech does, and then after that, more power play goals, more opportunities. 6 goals on 23 shots. Gamecocks had 33, only able to put 2 of them in behind the goaltender. And how good was he for Georgia Tech?
Rudnicki was really good tonight, and there were a couple of swarms out in front of the net where he fell on the puck and they were able to ice it instead of something squeaking in. At the end of the first period, there was a big chance out in front. Into the second period, there was a big chance out in front, and he really stopped everything coming his way.
Rudnicki, a smaller goaltender, again, one of the quicker goaltenders we've seen come into the Plex here. Extremely fast, left to right, up and down. And 5 straight losses. I had to make sure I had that right. 5 straight losses here for South Carolina, if you include the SEC tournament. 5-3 in the conference, as we said, 8-8 on the season. Last time they were 500. You have to go all the way back to around this time last year. They've got a few more chances. They've got tomorrow, 4:15 against these same Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and after that a game against Clemson, and most likely out of regional contention right now. So there will be, on the schedule, there is a scrimmage against Clemson on March the 2nd at Bon Secours Wellness Arena and ECHL Arena, home of the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. We will give you more updates on those as they come to us. But in the future, or the immediate future, Georgia Tech comes right back here tomorrow night against the Gamecocks. 4:15 will be the puck drop on that one. We will be here, and that'll do it for this one. Final score, 6-2 Georgia Tech. For Dillon Clark, I'm Dillon Clark. For Zach McKinstry and all of us here at CCSN, I'm Dillon Clark. Good night, Carolina, and forever to thee.